How you doing? How you doing, Alpine? How you doing? How you doing? How is it going? How's it going? Hit the like button. Hit that like button. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I just woke up from a nap, so my voice kind of sounds groggy. But how y'all doing? How y'all doing, sweetie pies? How you doing? How are you doing on this soulful Sunday? I am your host, Miss Sweets Talk, aka Marie Green. How you doing? How you doing? And y'all came in quick. How y'all even know I was going live? What y'all got me on speed dial or something? Alpine and Chris, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Dang, soon as I turned my camera on, you was on the camera before I even turned my camera. Before I even turned my camera on, y'all was on here, huh? That's weird, but not really. Come on in, come on in. I'm surprised my other light ain't kick in. Come on in. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, sweetie pies? How y'all doing? How you doing, Alpine? How you doing, Chris? Like I said, y'all was up in here before I even turned my camera on. Before I even get, as soon as I turned the camera on, y'all was already in here. But like I said, I do got 5 extra subscribers. How y'all doing, Alpine? How y'all doing, Chris? Shout out to all my moderators out there. How y'all doing on this wonderful Sunday, this beautiful Sunday? Thousands of lives are on the line. Visit joinaspca.org. Let some people get up in here. Yeah, yeah. Shout out the mods. Shout out the mods. Come on in. You probably work for the unemployment office or one of these people that are hacking into the unemployment for Wisconsin, because I'm trying to figure out why 2 weeks in a row, now this week, my unemployment payment is being held up for review. Even though I did my reemployment session, my subsequent reemployment session, and I also had 6 mandatory tasks that I needed to complete before my subsequent reemployment session. I had a reemployment session scheduled on which I had to schedule on it was Friday, June the 13th. I completed that with Audrey. That Audrey, the representative, gave me 6 mandatory tasks that I had to complete. The first 2 was basically emailing back the Job Center of Wisconsin, which I did, which was kind of crazy. It seemed like the email went back to me. But anyway, so I did that. I emailed and said I agreed to do the 6 tasks, mandatory tasks that were given to me from my, my first reemployment session that I had through the Job Center of Wisconsin, which was mandatory through unemployment, right? So I complete that. Audrey gives me 6 tasks. I do the 6 tasks. One of the tasks is to complete or to revise my resume on the Job of Wisconsin's, the center, whatever it's called, Job Center of Wisconsin website, to revise that and update it with the tips that she had gave me, like I discussed with y'all, before in a few other lives, right? So I did that, completed that. It took me about 3 hours because the, technology kept kicking me out, wasn't saving my data, my information that I was inputting, like my summary and additional jobs and education and soft skills and hard skills. I also was supposed to do a work search for the week after that, because I did complete the my resume on a job center of Wisconsin on June the 18th, okay, which counted as a work search activity for that week. Now, that is the week that is holding up my money, because it is under review to see if I actually completed those 6 mandatory tasks that was given to me from June the 13th of 2025. Now, here we come to the next week, where I scheduled my my second session that was mandatory. I scheduled that for my subsequent reemployment session. So I scheduled that for this past Friday. I completed that with Kelsey. That is when I came on here and told y'all that I was having technical difficulties, because for some reason the employees that work for the unemployment for Wisconsin did not want me to access my session so that I can complete everything. Ask Kelsey if she received the email, because that was one of the 6 tasks that I needed to do, besides complete the revise and complete the resume on the Job Center of Wisconsin website. I did that. And then I also emailed Kelsey, who was the new agent, for Friday the 27th. I completed that. So I'm thinking, even if my week from last week is pending, I will still get my money. No. Now, as you can see, we're still under review. Now they're putting both of my weeks under review, which, just like when I bought my car in 2021, when her name was Venus or some black person, like I said, every time I turn around, someone, an employee, former employee, a hacker, a scammer, has access to my accounts, whether it's the Department of Education, whether it's the Department of Workforce Development, whether it's the Department of, Health and Human Services. Somehow, somebody or somebody's, individuals or whoever, are accessing my information and trying to keep me from getting paid. But like I was referencing, in 2021, when, the pandemic was happening, C-19, like I said, people seem to forget or whatever. There's a lot of money being exchanged at that time. People were getting extra money. They was giving out like $600 extra a week or something of that nature in Wisconsin. And someone named Venus intercepted my payments then. Okay, just like they doing now. Now all of a sudden it's pending, it's on review. Oh, I didn't do what I was supposed to. Now the last time this happened, last year when I was supposed to do the session, my portal for unemployment actually was hacked. I didn't even know I had to do this session. So when I contacted the the unemployment agency for Wisconsin, and I'm explaining all this, they're trying to make it seem like I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yet, all before my portal was hacked, it was several messages saying, hey, be careful. You need to put a 2-factor authentication on your portal for unemployment, because there's a lot of scammers and hackers. I noticed myself that Arizona somehow, Arizona unemployment was connected to Wisconsin unemployment. So every time I would search unemployment on either Google or Safari, it always try to pull up Arizona first instead of Wisconsin. So I'm just like, okay, so now I'm again getting penalized for either employees, inside job, former employees, or just plain out hackers intercepting the database for the, unemployment. And now I got to pay for it, because I have 2 people obviously lying and saying I didn't complete these mandatory tasks that I did. But it's okay, because like I said, let me go back to 2021. When my money was held up by some woman named Venus, okay, that I found out was cool with one lady I was working at H&R Block, but I got that information too. But anyway, so I'm just like, why would it say that it's still pending when I have proof I did all of my sessions? I went online to the Job Center of Wisconsin. You can see that I completed my resume. I received an email from the Job Center of Wisconsin saying thank you for completing your resume on this date of June the 18th. But for some reason, they're saying, oh, we can't see that in the system. There's no notes. There's no notes. So when I got on the phone with Kelsey on the Teams meeting that was hacked, mind you, like I told y'all before, you know, she was trying to make it seem, oh, yeah, you did some of this stuff. No, I did all of the tasks. I completed them. That's how I got this far to you. That's why I'm saying I completed all my tasks. Now, again, why are my weeks being held? Like I said, it's okay, but I'm not going to say too much because it's building up a lawsuit. This is causing this cyberbullying, cyber harassment, intercepting my pay so that I cannot pay my rent that people complain to say that I don't pay. When I handle my business, complete what I'm supposed to do, whether it's for a job or unemployment, now I have either my co-workers, you know, probably my old boss, like I said, Jane Howell and her friends, because all them white women look like they all know each other. I'm serious. That might sound crazy. I don't care. But it's starting to give that somebody from Jackson and Hewitt, my job, is again trying to intercept my food share. Now they're trying to intercept my unemployment. I already didn't get my $444 for my free tax prep fee for working for these people. So I would not put it past nobody in my life that I either come across or don't even know me or just watching these videos to intercept my payments. To, like I said, try to keep me homeless, which is causing my blood pressure to go up if I can't pay my rent. It's causing me to have high blood pressure and anxiety. So, like I said, I'm just going to build my case. And this is a case for the feds, for the FBI, because they handle cyberbullying, cyber attacks, retaliation from different agencies, whether it's a government agency, a company. I don't know if I can reach out to the Public Service Commission and send them a letter or email. I might do it by letter, fax, or whatever, because like I said, my email is kind of iffy around here. So I do have evidence of everything that I completed. I do have evidence that what I did complete, my mandatory tasks, do count for work search activity for my unemployment. So y'all can keep watching my channel. Y'all can keep hating on my life. But just like with my food stamps, aka food share, I was able to still get them. Okay. So it's just crazy to me that, you know, y'all keep doing the same thing. It's like, but that's what the Bible says. The devil will keep on coming with the same tricks, the same thing to try to keep me, you know, crazy, running around. Oh, she complaining. No, I'm not complaining. I'm exposing. It's a difference. When I am sitting here completing what I'm supposed to complete, yet when I go to get my payments, it's pending. Now I'm being held up. Now I just told my landlord I'll make a payment this week. Now I have to let him know what's going on with that situation, because I let him know everything. That's the thing about communication. So the purpose of y'all trying to get me evicted, no. The purpose of y'all trying to keep me from having personal items, household items, that's what I utilize this money for. To, you know, go wash my clothes, get deodorant, body wash, you know, bleach, detergent, and things of that nature. Like I said, it's causing my blood pressure to be high. I have several, you know, since this thing has been happening, I have several documents stating that is most of the reasons why I'm going to the hospital. You know, I've been to the hospital. I haven't been lately. I went back in February. But it's causing me to be stressed, okay, because I don't have time to keep contacting the unemployment office to see why my money is not being released. Why is it pending when I'm doing the task that I'm supposed to do? Why, when I'm trying to enter into a meeting on Teams, my device is now asking me to access my Bluetooth, access my local network, access my contacts, and also to receive phone calls and things of that nature from Teams, when I'm just here to simply do a 30-minute session and retaining to my June the 13th session to say, hey, did you complete all your tasks? Yes, I did. Did you look over my resume and my job work search? Yes, I did. Now where's my money? So that's what I'm saying. I'm always being penalized, but at the end of the day, God is over everything. And I didn't really explain about what happened in 2021. I bought my car, which was just, you know, towed away and stolen by the city of Milwaukee, that I paid for cash because Venus, a former employee or somebody that works for unemployment, decided to do the same thing, wanted to go inside my unemployment portal, my UI portal, and put in, oh, well, you need to verify your identity, well, you need to do this work search, reemployment session, you need to do this. But at that time, it's through C-19, it's through COVID, I'm getting emails and stuff, and I'm like, what is this? Why do I need to do all of this? But long story short, with that, from 2021, I ended up talking to a great man. Oh, it's always a white man. Y'all always be talking about white supremacy and all that, but the black people be trying to keep me down and hold up my payments, and then run around here and lie and spread rumors on me saying I'm not paying my rent. But anyway, I talked to a nice gentleman at the unemployment office by the name of Jeff. I explained to Jeff what was going on. Jeff looked into my, my account, my portal, and seen that someone had been entering fraudulent information. I did not need to verify my identity. I did not need to go to the reemployment session, and sent out my money. Now, as I told y'all, it was about 4 months worth of money, of about $600-700 per week, right? So now I didn't got $6,000 total. So now I can go get my car. So I go over here to Car Planet, and I purchased my 2004 Toyota Camry. And I had it ever since 2000. I had to make 2 payments because, on these cards, you can only make a certain, do a certain amount of purchase, whatever. But I took my son to show him, to how I purchase cars, how to do this. I negotiate, blah, blah, blah. I test drove it, got my car, drove off the lot. Me and my son was rolling ever since, right? Until just recently, this past, what was that? Everything happened in the same time. So my phone got cut off in October. They came and stole my car in October of 2024. The Milwaukee tow lot, or whatever these people call it. I don't even care no more. However, but like I said, when I have a delay, when human beings, demons, disguised as human beings, try to intercept my, especially my pay, it's like, now I get to double up. So now I just got to contact my landlord and say, hey, I will be getting paid, but my payment was held up. The same way with my, Section 8. I was not given a recertification notification. I just filled out the application. I don't know what that email was prior, 30-40 days ago. I don't know who sent that phishing email. However, this is the actual application. My recertification is in. We'll see if it's approved or whatever happens from there. And I'm just saying all that, just like I said, when my car was unlawfully, illegally towed in front of my home in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., after one ticket had been put on there, I had not been able to get my actual plates, the real hard plates. I've only been able to get temp plates for almost, since 2006 or something. I had an accident or something. Somebody ran into me and my son. So that fraudulent accident had been on there, had been contacting the Department of Motor Vehicles, trying to get it off of there. And not until my car was unlawfully and illegally towed was I got the information, called the DMV. Again, I had a nice white man I talked to. He was like, hey, I can't even see what happened back then. This shouldn't even be on your record anymore. You know what? We're going to remove that. We're going to delete that. And now you should be able to get your plates. I got both of my plates for a car that I junked damn near 10 years ago. I got my plates for my my Toyota Camry, but they was expired or whatever. And then, they were suspended and stuff. So that was a blessing. What I'm trying to say is, I believe that if y'all keep on cyberbullying me, attacking me, causing me stress, where my blood pressure is 186/89, where my anxiety is at an all-time high, where I'm shaking and I'm like, I can't even concentrate, where now I have to go to a therapist. I might even need to cut up some medicine. Now I need to go contact me a lawyer, maybe pro bono, because you're taking my money, you're holding my money up, to see if I have a lawsuit against either the state of Wisconsin, their employees, and what they're doing by cyberbullying me and attacking me. Then put in a complaint with the ICB or whatever it is through the FBI, and give them all my information and my documents, because I don't understand that either with the FBI. If you feel like, if a person, individual, or group feels like they're being cyber attacked, cyber bullied, harassed, items being stolen, scammed, online, then I have to go do my complaint online. But I did print something out, so we'll see. So see if an attorney can see all of my evidence, all my proof, how I've been going back and forth to the hospital from stress. I have high blood pressure. Nothing else is wrong with me, literally. And I believe, like, when I first started seeing my doctor, it's situational. So the human interaction, all this cyberbullying, having me keep going over and contacting the unemployment, having to hold my money up where I'm stressed about paying rent, how I'm gonna get personal items, how I'm gonna wash my just all type of stuff. Like I said, causing high blood pressure and anxiety just from this. So like I was saying, what I'm saying is I think God is going to bless me in order to sue these people so I can get millions of dollars, and I ain't got to be worried about it no more, because every time the unethical and cyberbullying and attacking go, God sends me a angel, a person, not saying white men as angels or nothing, but he sends me a person to help me, and I'll be like, thank you. Like I said, Jeff, Jacob, I just had somebody I had to call when I just reapplied for unemployment because someone went into my portal again and was holding up my first payment. So I had to call in, and I'm like, hey, do I need to submit any more information? Because my UI portal is saying that I need to submit a document or something, and I don't understand what documents I might need to submit. And he was like, no, you shouldn't have to submit anything. And let me go ahead and let me get your payment, talk to a supervisor, boom. So it go through. And at that time, it was something on my UI portal. It was some type of link saying I could upload documents. That's disappeared. Okay. So, like I said, all I need to do, if I have to appeal the decision, if I have to wait, let this money build up, you know what I'm saying? So that I can do better stuff with the money, because I do need to do other things with the little money that I'm getting every week. But if I could, stack that up, Miguel's birthday coming up, other things are happening, so God is good. I'm saying all that to say, I just put stuff out there in the air. God makes sure I'm good at the end of the day. If I walk by faith and not by sight, man, listen, everything will work out for the good of God. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Like I said before, someone, a employee or former employee or a hacker hacked into my UI portal, held up my payments in 2021. And then God blessed me with a nice actual person at the unemployment of Wisconsin to do their job, release my funds that I have been waiting on for almost 3 to 4 months, over thousands of dollars, was able to purchase a car. Here we go again. My car getting illegally, unlawfully towed in front of my house. I've been trying to get, real hard plates on my cars that are temporary plates for almost 20 years. Here y'all go, helping me out again, where now I can get those plates. I got my old plates, so when I get my new vehicle, which I'm not in a rush, okay, because if y'all live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, y'all know that driving in this traffic can be very dangerous, okay, like literally a detriment to your health. So I'm not in a rush for that, especially during the summertime, okay? So thank y'all. I don't know how long it's going to be held up. I'm going to contact them this week. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow, because they probably expected me to call tomorrow. I do have to get down here to the child support court, get that stuff in order so I can get y'all back the proof of me actually doing that paternity test years and years ago. Like I said, if they don't have it on file because of their own negligence, due to the DNA being somehow deleted or lost, which really happened for Milwaukee, Wisconsin, down at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. So we'll go see that, because for some reason, someone entered that as of 2017 that my son's father is an absent father and that no paternity has been established, and that was established in like 2005, 2006. It was so long ago. My son was like 6 months old. So it should have been either the end of 2000 well, he was born in 2004, so it might be 2004, 2005. But I know he was like a little baby when it happened, because like I said, I applied then for a welfare. And like I said, ever since my name been in this welfare system, ever since I didn't went and applied for my son finna be 21, these employees that's working for these departments of Health and Human Services, whatever Department of Corrections, Department of Education, man, they've been trying to keep me down. They've been mad ever since I pop out like Jack in the Box. Like, oh my God, we illegally evicted her about 5 times, and some landlord keep giving her a place to stay. Because once you get somebody that actually understands that or knows that this happens, especially in Milwaukee County, especially in Wisconsin, that, you know, unethical people without integrity tend to try to target somebody. I have been a targeted individual. All of this is against the law, federal laws at that. So, you know, I'm just happy that I come across people and individuals who actually see that I'm not trying to get over. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm trying to pay my rent. If I had the money, I'd give it to you, you know, whether it's a little bit or a lot of bit at a time. And I'm going to go and make sure that you're going to get paid, whether it's coming out of my pocket or rent assistance, Section 8, somebody else, my man, my friend, whoever. I'm trying to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, when I communicate and, you know, comprehend and let the other people on the other end know what is going on, okay, they seem to be more receptible, and we seem to go, you know, move forward and get a better understanding of relationship. So with that being said, I'm just, I don't know what this finna bring, y'all. I don't know. But like I said, I know I'm about to double up on my money because I know that everything I did counts as a work search activity. My payments should not be pending, but they are. This is not the first time. It probably won't be the last time. I tend to, with my mouth, make some type of enemies or people that have personal vendettas against me, who want to retaliate against me. So therefore, they don't understand that I really believe in God over everything. And no matter in the beginning, if they think they win it, if these demons, so-called humans in disguise, whether they work for unemployment, whether they are former employees, whether they work for the Department of Health, whether they work for H&R Block, whatever, whoever crossed my path or don't even know me. You know, some of these people don't even know me. They just got friends and places, cousins, aunties, you know, sorors, you know, fraternity brothers, whatever, sorority sisters, old co-workers. Oh, we used to, you know, smoke weed and heroin together. You know, people like that smoking their Marlboros. You know how it is. They mom and daddy knew each other. Whatever the case may be. Whatever y'all hate towards me is that y'all want to keep on trying to keep me down. Continue. Because your fight is not with me. It's with the Lord. It's with God. It's with God. And it shows every time. And that's another thing that I think I think and I believe that a lot of y'all that watch me want me to fall down and be like, F God, and this ain't working, no, baby. I think that's one of y'all main reasons, because y'all don't believe in God. Y'all have forsaken God. Y'all mad because y'all are not walking by faith and by sight, and y'all want me to be so upset about everything. And it's not, I'm not on here saying I'm not upset. I just like to put it out there so that when things happen in real time, y'all can see that I wasn't lying. That I don't be lying. There you go. Because it's some reason I got like a third or fourth light and it'll pop on when it wants to. But it's just like I said, that's why I'm just smiling so hard. Because like I said, before, when this happened to me in 2021, I was able to purchase me a car. You know, like I said, my car was towed. Now I got plates. I was illegally and unlawfully evicted 2 years in a row off of, you know, 15th Street in 2022, off of 9th Street in 2023. All of those were black landlords. One of them was a homicide detective. Now I have a landlord that is not black. And I've been here a year. I didn't last the year on 9th Street. I got put out in 2-degree weather, illegally evicted over there. He came, 2 of the sheriffs that he paid. Personally, you can pay the sheriffs where they don't come with the big trucks and stuff, and you can pay them to, you know, send a couple of sheriff deputies out, and they'll come and, you know, do the eviction. He is a homicide detective. I don't know if it's in Glendale, Wisconsin, or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, because when we had the court, you know, he was trying to puff and tough, well, I'm gonna do, and they really didn't care about his unethical business practices of taking my rent money, not only out of pocket, but from Section 8, and then, you know, going down to eviction court or trying to bully me into leaving. With his gun and his badge and all that, running up on a woman when he's damn near 6 feet taller than me, much taller than that, and running in my face like he's going to attack me. The same thing happened with the black landlord on 15th Street over off of Keith. That's the one that put the restraining order on me, saying I was trying to attack him when he was trying to attack me, and putting up cameras and big floodlights all over the house, but yet he couldn't put up a porch light or fix any other thing but to watch me, literally. So it's just good to know that a lot of people are working together to keep someone like me down. Just little old me. It's just me by myself. I don't be knowing connections. I don't know no resources. I'm not, you know, and the only resource that matters at the end of the day is God over everything. Like, God is literally over everything. Like, y'all give me so much faith in God, because every time y'all show up, God comes through and shows out. Thank you to the Most High God. So now I'm like, okay, so now they about to hold up my money. There's already been a week. It's going to be another week, maybe another week. But by the time they get to it, that might be enough to put a down payment on a car, right? Like, it's just like, what is God saying that I need to do with this money? Because last time, like I said, I went and bought my car cash, $5,000. I had about $1,000 left over after I got all of that money that had been pending and saving up, stacking up on unemployment, because I was not receiving those weekly payments for almost, man, I received it in May, after Mother's Day in 2021, bought my car, man. Listen, God is good. Woo! I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Just like I said with my food share, my food stamps, they was trying to hold that back, but I got that. Y'all know I got food, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, God is good, man. God is good. So we got a little something. But, God is good all the time. Just like with my so-called job. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just got a feeling. That's why I'm so happy I was able to update my resume. I'm about to do a cover letter. I'm going hard looking for jobs. God gonna bless me, man. He gonna bless me with a career. He always do. And to be honest, I have messed up a couple of good jobs, man. 2 of the jobs I was just thinking about, with me trying to be cool in a team with my coworkers, I learned, I don't even need to talk to y'all. All y'all need to know is my name, and let's talk about whatever this job is, right? But the thing is, like, I just got a feeling I'm about to get a good ass job, because God has blessed me in the past with good ass jobs, man. Like, when I worked at Dart Chart and UMOS, working for energy assistance, like, if I can mix them 2 jobs up, like, I was just thinking to myself the other day, like, what was one of my favorite jobs? And I didn't have a lot of jobs. I've been working since I was 14, and now I'm about to be 44. So that's 30 years of actually working on paper, getting Social Security taken out, getting Medicare taken out, federal taxes, state taxes, being a tax-paying citizen out here, thinking that doing the right thing, will lead me to success and greatness. However, a lot of people don't like that. They want me to be unethical like them. They want me to embezzle funds and misappropriate them like they do and keep other black people down. And they don't want to be exposed. They want me to be talking about white supremacy every day, right? White man, a white man, a white man. But anyway, so I'm just like, man, I'm finna get the flooding jobs. Somebody gonna give me a chance like they always do. I gotta stay cool, calm, and collect. Don't let these people trigger me. Don't, because people are sent to trigger me, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. When I was working at Dart Chart, what sent it off was, for some reason, he was going to Milwaukee public schools. My son was having some behavior issues due to all this high iron in due to all this high lead that was in his body from these hood houses that we live in or whatever, which they said eventually my son will have behavior problems because his lead levels was 3 times the amount. They didn't even think my son would be able to walk, talk, anything. And he started walking at 9 months. That's how good God is. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's how good God is. But anyway, so I'm just like, listen, these folks stole my prior employer stole my $444, laughed at me, but when I loved working at Dart Chart. I love that I had my own office. I love that, I was trained by a younger woman, you know what I'm saying? She was aspiring to work for the FBI. She was like, look, I got a gray hair just from doing this job. I want to go back to my old job. So that's why I really don't have a problem with training and helping out, new hires and things of that nature, because I had to be the new hire, and I was at the time about 10, 15 years older than this young lady, white girl, you know what I'm saying? And she came in, she already had a little training book, everything. She was like, here, this is what I learned along the way. I really wasn't trained. I had to learn different things. I had to make mistakes and things like that. And, she gave me the information. I catch on quick. I'm a very fast learner. And you know, I love working there. Like, I loved my boss. You know, he came down from upstairs. He used to bring me fresh bread. He like, you like bread and stuff? I'm like, yeah. I love my supervisor at the time because, you know, she gave me a chance because she was like, nobody's ever put, you know, their welfare case manager on here as a reference. And, you know, you seem like the type of person that needs a chance, that somebody just needs to give them a chance. You work hard. You came in, you did the interview. She was like, you want to start? And it's crazy because literally most of the jobs that I've had always come around my birthday. Always. I worked at Pick and Save. I got hired on my birthday. The job at Dart Chart, I got the interview on my birthday. They thought I wasn't gonna come. I got hired. I started after my birthday. So you know, that's my season. Just to say, fall is my season. A lot of it's supposed to be fall, but fall is my season. So I'm finna go hard. So like I said, everything happens for a reason. But I liked it working at Dart Chart. I liked it, the atmosphere, because I had worked for Dart Chart prior when my son was younger, when they first was a startup company, back when they was off of Green Tree in Titonia over there. And then they had moved their offices downtown over here, and that was even a plus because I was in the area and I only had to catch, like, you know, at the time, one bus, get to work from 11 to 7, do my job. And like I said, it was good. I was getting paid, man, like, whoo, I was getting paid some good money. So it was just good. And now I'm getting less pay, overworked, underpaid. It's like, what the hell? But anyway, so then when I worked for, you know, UMOS doing energy assistance, you know, if you're not from Wisconsin, energy assistance, it helps individuals, you know, families who cannot afford, you know, to pay their electric and gas bill because our electric and gas is high. It goes up every year. If you look at your bill, you really don't notice it. One year we was paying for a whole city, giving them some money, Perry View, something. It was crazy. But, you know, they do it by like pennies, you know, 5, 10 pennies. If you're not really paying attention, it's high. But anyway, we know winter here is very harsh. So during the winter, we have to blast our heat. Most of the homes that us in the inner city in the hood live in are not insulated correctly. So a lot of heat escapes. We have to have it on high. A lot of people, you know, turn their stove and oven on, which cause carbon monoxide. A lot of deaths happen here in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, especially during the winter, because people can't afford their bills. After a certain date, We Energies, which is the majority electric company here, electric and gas company, Wisconsin has a law where they cannot disconnect your heat and gas after, I believe now it's like November the 2nd. It used to be back in October, but now they give, you know, time for, you know, people to be unalive by carbon monoxide and, you know, cold and die from, you know, being, you know, hypothermia and things of that nature. But anyway, so, but I feel good, y'all. I'm just like, oh, they holding my payments, man. Oh, yes. Oh, but, you know, I'm going off topic. But so when I love working for energy assistance, one, because I like helping people. I was able to help people get the, you know, the funding and the benefits they needed to pay their We Energies bill or on it, crisis money, things of that nature. Even though I had to catch 2 buses to West Allis because we started off, I thought I was going to be at the main, you know, energy assistance, you know, facility, but no, they had a new facility that they had just been there for, I think, like 3-4 years or something. And it was about 3 or 4 ladies already working out there. So they sent us, because I got the job through Employee Milwaukee for, you know, through C19. And then after, you know, looking at my resume, they was like, hey, we decided that they needed help for, you know, energy assistance, that you and some other people would be good candidates to work there instead of doing a job that they wanted us to do, which would be like, you know, janitorial type of job or whatever. But anyway, so I liked it that director, man. I be liking my bosses. At the time, I didn't know that, like I said, I was being recorded. People was live streaming me. I thought I had a friend. You know, I'm trying to tell her about, you know, my job experience and, you know, my supervisor. And I'm sitting around in her van trying to get a ride from work. And, you know, so that's why I say these days, don't talk around anybody. Don't talk on the phone. Don't be in somebody's car. They got their phone popped up or anything, and you think you're going to get to talking about folks, whether it's your mama, your daddy, your supervisor, the person around the corner, a friend from 10 years ago, your ex. Somebody is listening. They probably going live on TikTok. They probably got live on YouTube, Facebook, and you just running your mouth like I was. And somehow, my supervisor sitting around, I come in, oh, Maria, you don't like the way I thought, you can't understand me. I'm like, where is all this coming from? But anyway, up until that point, I loved working for you most at the energy assistance place, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like we was eating, we out there in West Allis because I had to catch 2 buses from my house on 15th and Keith all the way to the south side, basically in another whole nother county city called West Allis of Wisconsin. Go all the way out there, in the cold. It's during that season again. October, November, January, go out there, like, boom, I'm finna go out there. At that time, I was looking for a car, hadn't had a car yet. That's when I got my car for, like I was saying, y'all. But everything adds up. So I liked it working there. I had my own kiosk. It wasn't an actual, god dang it, my goddamn. It wasn't an actual office like I had when I worked at Dart Chart, because I literally had an office at Dart Chart. Like I had a couch in there, everything. Like it was cracking. I was right downtown, go to Cadobas every day, beat a Buffalo Wild Wings right there. Man, I was having a time. And some of your cookies, like, man, I was having a time. You know what I'm saying? And that's right after I did my banking training, because for some reason I wasn't able to get a job at a bank. Well, I did have about 3 interviews. I had this one bank that was like 3 of them that's really to hire me. But at the time, like I said, I don't have a vehicle. So these banks were, not in the Milwaukee area where I can get to them fast enough. And I didn't want to, mess up working at no bank. Like I'm not doing that because, So anyway, I liked it working for UMOS, working for doing energy assistance. I was in a kiosk. It was another guy. It was about 5 of us that came from that program that I was talking about to get the job, but only 2 of us ended up staying. A couple of them was like, I can't come out this far. I thought we was gonna be at this location. And then my other coworker, the white guy, I think he was up in there hacking into the computer system and everything. He was all behind in their admins and in their controls. But I'm the one that they was trying to get up out of there because, like I said, I learned fast. I was doing applications. I was coming in doing my job. I was learning how to record everything, do everything online because I like documents. I like paper. And I stopped, I was getting to a point where I didn't have to use none of my paper, none of that. I was like, yeah, this call is going to be recorded. All you got to do at the end is give me your name, today's date and the time. The same thing they do to me. That's why I be like, why y'all playing with me? But anyway, so I liked that job, man. So I'm like, if I could find a job that's like both of them together, you know what I'm saying? If it has to be a job, not my career or my career, if I just have to have a 9 to 5 to, make stuff go, putting Dart Chart and energy assistance, UMOS together, like having a little office and, having good teammates, good, co-workers, a good supervisor. Man, God is good. Like, I was showing up there every day. They was like, Marie, they was finna hire me permanently until, like I said, haters was trying to get me up out of there. But yeah, I had went into an interview, everything, to be hired permanently with the energy assistance, man. I was like, yeah, I want to work. I was so geeked up. Man, I was getting there early. I was like 10 minutes. I was there before the supervisor. I liked that job so much. Just like my job at Dart Chart. Like, I was there. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm coming. Listen, I was doing my job so good at Dart Chart. My supervisor was upset. I was done. Like, I worked from, 10 to 6 or 11 to 7. And by 4 o'clock, I was done. Like, probably earlier than that. I was like, yep, I didn't sent over all my references for the skilled nursing facility. I didn't compiled all the documents and the data together. I didn't contacted, the facility, let them know this and that. I didn't completed that. Like, she mad, like, Marie, I wish you had some other stuff to do at the job. But that's the one I said where I was not on YouTube. So you don't see me, no YouTube videos at that time because I signed for my contract on there, that I cannot be on YouTube. I cannot be, if I am on YouTube, I cannot discuss the company. I can't say nothing because of what the company was and how it was data and how they got data napped, before I came. I didn't even know what data napping was. You know, where, you know, someone or a group of people, hackers, hack into a system, a database system, and they steal the encrypted data. They encrypt the data so that, you know, you can't get it back. They charge a ransom to receive the data, because a lot of the times, you know, especially if it's like my chart, you know, the Social Security Administration has everybody's Social Security numbers, you know, dates, birth dates, you know, everything about this person. And that was happening a lot during you know, the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say a lot of people trying to act like I'm crazy, I'm cuckoo. Oh, what does she mean somebody's intercepting her portals and her accounts and adding false data? Because I worked in these industries, I worked in these places, and I know it's real. I learned about phishing emails from working in corporate America. Had I not worked in these places, I wouldn't know what a phishing email was. I wouldn't know that people, individuals, pretend to be employees, get a name, you know, what is it, the ID, the scanner, whatever you use to come into the building. They get all of that, steal it or whatever, copy it. They pretend to be employees coming there just to steal the company. That's how they get inside the company, get in there, get in their computer like the white dude I was working with was doing at UBOs. That's why I was like, what is he doing? Every time I go over there, I'm like, what is you doing? He never wants to take phone calls. He's sitting up here complaining. He was the one trying to tell on me and stuff. He was sitting here talking about people, you know. I'm like, what? I didn't say that. That's what he was saying. And he all in the back of y'all computer system. But anyway, doing whatever with y'all technology, probably stealing. That's probably why that office ain't open no more. And they tried to get mad at me, and I was just coming to do my job. I'm like, but y'all not seeing what he doing. They didn't want to hear that. They asking him to help them even more. Hey, do you think you can go onto Excel and help me with these spreadsheets? I'm like, oh, okay. Anywho, yes, you have an appointment today that you want to complete your energy assistance application. Because see, like I said, I'm always the one that people look at like, oh, we gonna get her. Oh, it's her. But y'all ain't. I'm not gonna be the one to take y'all down. Cause like I said, I rode past there. That what's the name? That big lot's not even there no more. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the way over there on the south side, big lots, Empire Cosmetology School where my brother, my cousins then went. Walmart out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's not even available no more. Because people be doing unethical activities. That's what I say. It ain't me. But when I start filing complaints, filing appeals, you know, doing fact findings and fair hearings, now I'm in the wrong. I'm the wrong person. No, just give me my money. Just give me what's owed to me, what I have worked and did my task for, and give me my unemployment. Because you're trying to cause me high blood pressure, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make sure that me and my minds is homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no place to live. You took my car, so now I can't go sleep in my car. You know what I'm saying? My car was unlawfully taken. Now you're trying, like I said, keep me from getting personal items, household items, transportation, you know, bus fare to get to important interviews or whatever. So my job search, if I did get an interview, I wouldn't be able to make it because you're holding up my money, right? Well, I'm going to make it, but you know. So that is what I'm saying. By the cyberbullying, cyber attacking, all this retaliation towards little old me, yeah, I think that's how I'm finna get my money, because I need my millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to really not like me. I need y'all to really be mad and be like, she really showed up and put out, yep, because y'all really be doing it to me. Y'all really had me down at the courthouse talking about some I'm a threat to people when they threatening my life. You really did that. You really holding up my money. You really hacked into my my Department of Health and Human Services account. My access is called. You really, y'all employees really did that. Like, y'all really did it. And then y'all be like, oh, she gonna sue us. She having a, yes. Look at my high blood pressure. I wouldn't have high blood pressure if y'all wasn't cyber attacking me and cyber bullying me and sending me phishing emails and having me constantly having to contact unemployment, food share, constantly sending me thousands of letters, constantly hacking into my phone. Recently, like, I just had a neighbor get killed. Like, I'm surprised I ain't lost my rabbit ass mind. Like, in real life, I am surprised that listen, God got to be over everything. Because all these warfare tactics that y'all keep on implementing on me, all this mental warfare, spiritual warfare that y'all doing, I'm surprised that I have common sense. I'm surprised I could think. I'm surprised I ain't out here on no crack and no cocaine sniffing it. I'm surprised I ain't walking. I'm surprised I ain't had a stroke yet. Because that's what y'all trying to cause me. Just like them so-called co-workers over there at H&R Block try to say, we thought you was going to have a stroke by now. Because, I mean, they was really downloading stuff on my Android. Like, whoo, Lord, the cyber attacks, the cyber bullying, hacking into my UI portal. These, man, listen, talking about pending. Oh, you didn't do your task. Yes, I did. And I have the proof. And I have the evidence. So, if I got to get my money held up where I'm getting like $1,500 at one time, cool. I need all that at one time. Then I can go ahead and pay my landlord, hey, once I get this money, I can give you whatever, whole heap of money. You know what I'm saying? Go get everything I need like I usually do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, God is good, y'all. So like I said, I got my plates. I'm able to get real plates on my car I'm going to get soon. Man, listen, I've been at this house for a year. Had my neighbor next door up here. Oh, yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, it's been over a year, baby. And God is good. Y'all cannot defeat God. You can't. You can't. So now I got to get up at 3 a.m., start back doing my prayer warrior, you know, because everything that y'all want to happen to me, I'm going to send it back to y'all. Since y'all don't believe in God and y'all don't believe in prayer, it shouldn't matter what I'm about to do. I'm about to do what I know to do, and that's pray. Like my brother want to laugh at me. You know, Miss Ada, the week before she passed away, she laughed at me. Oh, you be praying your prayer book? You be praying? Like I said, I've been through a lot, man. I'm surprised. Like I said, the year before that, my mama passed away. Went to work, working with Miss Ada for, you know what I'm saying, 2 months. Come back, check on her for New Year's. Come up to Walmart. Hey, how Miss Ada? You know what I'm saying? I was joking with her, talking about we going to go to this New Year's Eve party. And we going to turn up. Only for my coworker to be like, nah, Miss Ada, husband called and said she died last night. I'm like, what? Who? Okay, now I got to deal with that. Then I move into these apartments, right? As soon as I get in here, all type of crazy chaos and confusion going on. The African man across the hall from me, you know, I guess he used to stay in this apartment. They playing, you know, these sick individuals, demons running around here playing games with him, sending folks to come over here and destroy his life, women busting out his windows, somebody running up in the basement, turning on and off his electricity, all type of stuff. He can't charge his phone. Next thing I know is 8 o'clock in the morning, my son in the bathroom getting ready to go to work while he cleaning carpets, me and my dog sitting here chilling. Next thing I heard, like, bah, 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 bah. At first I'm like, what the? No, that's coming from right out my door. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, stop. I'm like, okay. Wait a minute. More shot. Bah, bah. I'm like, oh, hell no. By that time, I'm in the bathroom with my son. Like, oh, hell no. What is going on? My son's so desensitized. And all this happening when I first moved in here last year. So desensitized to Milwaukee and the crime and the murder that he like, oh yeah, you know, stuff be happening to people. What? Only for neighbors, you know, the Wi-Fi device or Siri device that they had in my house connected to my son's ankle monitor at that time when he was here, you know, listening in and, you know, talking about my son committed the homicide. I'm like, what? My son was in the bathroom. What the hell are you talking about? Then, oh, somebody left out. I left out. I left and went to go see what's going on. I smelled nothing but gunpowder. Then I peeped in there because the door is, you know, cracked open and see this black man. I keep calling him an African man. Black man laying on his dead, blood seeping out. I'm screaming and yelling. Traumatized. Don't nobody want to call the 911. Police show up harassing me and my son, homicide detectives. Like I said, just causing so much anxiety and high blood pressure. That's how many deaths? How many deaths? That was close to me. In a 2-year period. Because they say they come in threes. And just sitting around here getting harassed every day. It just recently stopped, you know, go outside. You know, my dog getting attacked. Before that, my dog got ran over on 9th Street. My son got ran over by 15th Street trying to get off the school bus. It's like, dang, Marie. Man, my faith in the Lord and knowing that everything gonna work out for the end is making it, man. I sat in that car in the winter in the cold and negative weather for 3 months before I got into this house. In and out the motel, in and out of, the Motel 6 harassing me. LaQuinta tried to rob me. Them employees tried to, man, listen. God is good. God is good. Thank y'all. Because listen, y'all have to be evil. Ain't no way. It has to be. That is just the way life is. Y'all have a job to do. You're doing your job. You're coming against me. All I'm going to say is you better have my money. I better be getting my money. I'm going to contact unemployment and better be getting released. But if not, then like I said, I just got more evidence, more proof of, cyberbullying, retaliation, cyber attacks. I ain't got my $444 from Jackson and Hewitt yet, so it probably is them. Trying to hold up my money like they did when I was there, okay? But like I said, man, if I could just make a job and, a career, I think that's why I'm trying to do accounting so bad, because I just be in the office doing me, man, getting paid. Like, I ain't got this, the amount I was getting paid working at my last job, I ain't got paid that since I was like 18 or something. But I just took it because, like I said, I needed money. I needed somewhere to stay. I needed gas in my car. I needed to make sure I eat, and at the time when I did my interviews and stuff, when I first started, I thought like, yeah, this is going to be another good place for me to work. They seem like they actually, want to make quotas. They want to make money. They're helping out the community, getting people stuff done, handling business, and then only for, everything. Like I said, ain't nothing surprising to me. But just like this unemployment, it ain't surprising to me. They always try to hold up something. So I'm going to call up there, see what's going on. Get this child support stuff in order for these paternity stuff. Come back and let y'all know. Season 3 is almost up. I'm going to keep y'all updated. Come on through. I'm going to do some more shorts. I see my shorts is doing better numbers than my live streams. Because I guess y'all don't want to hear about the exposure to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the government, these nonprofits, these departments of health and human services, unemployment, food stamps, all this good stuff. So I'm tired of it too, y'all. But hey, my blood pressure is almost 200 over, 90, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to be going to the hospital in a minute because, like I said, I keep on having to call back, me seeing that my payment is pending. I might not be able to pay my rent. It's really causing me anxiety. My blood pressure is at a high. I'm looking like I'm a little, turning red. So yeah, I just need to see what's going on because, when I put in this lawsuit, and get these millions, I think that's where God leading me to. He like, Marie, just let these people, Miss Sweet Talk, just let these people harass you. Just let them harass you. Get all the evidence you can. Cyberbullying, cyber attacks, retaliation is a federal crime. People think they can't get caught. They think you out here by yourself. They've been doing this so long. These employees in these, departments and programs have been doing unethical behaviors and activities, having no integrity, for their job, for humanity. They've been doing this for years, probably decades. Ain't no telling, they probably the supervisor now, allowing it to happen. They started off as, a case manager or something. So, every dog has his day, right? So that's why I say just keep doing what y'all doing. Because most of the time, it don't even be me. It be y'all. It be other cases, other fact findings, other fair hearings that get y'all caught up. Because I can't be the only person y'all doing like this. And like I said, I have no problem going and telling on nobody. I have no problem going and do a fact finding. I have no problem doing a fair hearing. I have no problem doing appeal. So hope y'all got y'all T's crossed and y'all I's dotted because I always do. And, it's just real weird. But it ain't. Because I know I'm chosen and I'm the light. And they don't want to see me smiling. And they don't want to see me happy. And every time y'all intercept, y'all make sure, it seems like y'all make God move faster. He like, ooh, let me hear. They held your stuff up. Okay, Marie, I got you. Now God got to work. He got to find somebody that believes in the Lord. He got to find somebody, get in their heart, get in their mind. He's like, yeah, so when this person called this, and when this person called, when Marie Green called, when Miss Sweet Talk called, and she's inquiring about this, you help her. You help her. So, it's a delay because, I might have to talk to the right representative. So, that's why I say I just wait. I just let things happen. And not usually, but 10 out of 10, I get the right representative, okay? When it's time for me to talk to the right person, I talk to the right person, all right? And God is good, man. God is good. So I just came on here to say, whatever y'all been doing, keep going. because y'all be mad that I'm still, looking good. Y'all helping me out, you know what I'm saying? I just organized, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money, so I just organized some, my closets and stuff, all my paperwork. I got to do some other things, but thank y'all, thank you. I appreciate y'all, because y'all people be mad trying to get my son locked up, lying on him, trying to get me locked up. That didn't work. Trying to keep me homeless and in poverty. Like, oh, we're gonna say she didn't complete her mandatory task. We didn't put the notes in that she did it. Oh, we're gonna just keep holding up her money. Do what you gotta do, baby. Do what you gotta do. So when I get to filing complaints and what is it called now is when you file an appeal. I just had Instacart try to sue me through unemployment. They got denied. But they was the ones hacking it. Man, listen, like I said, this ain't the pandemic no more. Whatever y'all demons been doing is coming to the light. What Cat Williams did on that Shay Shay couch just ain't about celebrities and people with money. It's about everybody. Everybody will be exposed. Everybody. It don't matter where you at and what you doing. Everybody will be exposed. Okay? So, like I said, do what y'all been doing. Keep doing what y'all doing. I'm going to go ahead and start filing my complaints. If I get the call and then my money ain't getting deposited, let me do what I need to do, right? Alrighty then. So that's all I just came on here to say. I hope everybody had a soulful Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well. Listen, I'm alive. I survived. Do not give up. Keep going. That's what these folks want you to do. The government, your fake friends, your fake family, you know what I'm saying? People watching you on the internet. When you become an influencer, content creator, or just somebody like me that like to get on here and yap about their business, you invite demons, haters, retaliation into your life, where people seem to be like, yeah, whether I put my business on here about unemployment and all that, I never did that before, and it still was intercepted. So now I'm just coming on here to, let y'all know before things happen. So y'all do what y'all do, and don't get mad when I do what I do. That's what I say. Like, every action has a reaction. And I think y'all don't like my reaction. You don't like me talking, but y'all like to cyberbully me. You like to hack into my accounts. You like to send me fraudulent leaks and phishing emails. You like to pretend to be employees of certain facilities and government offices, right? So y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. Like I said, let me go on over here to the hospital, telling my blood pressure high as hell. I got anxiety. I keep on having to call people every day, do this every day. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, Lord, I'm feeling, like I said, ooh, I'm surprised I didn't made it. I didn't made it. My mama is gone. The way she passed away, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy she was able to have a good home going and a funeral, get cremated like she always requested. I'm just happy that, everything is good. Everything is good, man. Like I said, everything is good. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Like I said, my mama taught me about you people a long time ago. She told me all these departments is connected. Always remember who you talk to, what's their number, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And build up that case. Just like they building up a case against me. I have the right as a taxpaying citizen to file a complaint, to file an appeal, to do a fair hearing, fact finding, or whatever. And like I said, my live streams, I noticed y'all ain't been coming over here flooding it like y'all used to, saying all these random ass stuff, trying to get me upset, yelling. Who you yelling at today, Marie? What you doing today? Because listen, where is that lawsuit for Siri? Where is the lawsuit for Siri, y'all? Where is it? Because y'all been listening in on my Siri. The third party people been listening in on my Siri for the longest time. Siri. I'm like, dang, I got Siri on here. I got like 3 hidden apps on here. Astronomy, something. My TikTok is attached to my iMessage. I'm so tired of technology, man. I'm so tired. Like I said, it's causing me high blood pressure. Let me start pulling out. Let me see what lawful language I need to use to what did they call it? File this what is it with the FBI for cyberbullying and cyber attacking, and see what's going on, because I need my millions, man. Like I said, every time you demons come messing with me, you government officials, you former employees come, y'all bless me. So thank you. And I always get an angel. God always working through his people. They be like, what was happening to you? They did what? You ain't get your money. Hey Thunder, how you doing? How you doing on this Soulful Sunday? How are you? I'm about to get up off of here. Like, oh, you ain't get your money. So God always said, listen, just like it's angels, it's demons. And all of them is really angels. Some of them just fallen. That's why they evil now. And they go through people, but God is good. But Siri, that's why I say Siri is hacked. Siri is hacked on my phone. I can't talk. It's all right, because I've been on here long enough, Thunder. Siri. I need to really get on to that lawsuit. I know it was a lawsuit with Siri, Alexa, or whatever, the voice activated search engines that we have that is on the phone. I don't know how I can get that off my iPhone. Why is it automatically? But I noticed that that's how a lot of, people are listening in on your conversations. Turn your Siri off on your apps. In the background, Siri is still working. Like Eric Snowden said, the one guy that was working for the government and he went on a run and they were talking about he was doing treason and all that. I think he went to China. But when I watched his full interview, he was like, hey, that's why we can't take our batteries out no more. That's why we have eSIMs. Because it don't matter if you turn your phone off, you take the battery out, you do whatever, someone's still listening. And Siri is currently getting sued because they have been allowing third parties to listen in on your Siri device. You know what I'm saying? And hear what you're saying when you're not asking it a question. Because it's only supposed to, listen or react when you say, hey Siri or hey Alexa. But I've never used those features. I try to turn them off, but I've noticed on my iPhone that Siri is on. My actual cell phone data is off. However, some of my apps still was running off the cell phone data for my 414-509-9165 number. So, like I told y'all before, that number is attached to my iCloud, which I could not delete until I go delete it. So that is what's hacked. Okay, so that's why I'm not in a hurry to be like, oh yeah, my phone and this and that. Thunder says, I was looking at how fast the AI is advancing. It's getting scary. Yeah, it's been scary. The scariest part, well, it's not really scary. It's already, it's already prophesized and we already knew it was going to get this far. Because if you watch enough movies and stuff, we already seen all this happening. To the point, like I say, like what you saying, I'll be watching on TikTok and other platforms where now they have that AI, what is it, Google Gvo or whatever, where they're making, avatars or people look like you can't really tell that it's not a real person. Like and most of them are black girls. Like they didn't start it off with the black girls. I don't know if it's some with white people in them, but I know the ones that I've seen have young black girls, and they are stealing the data. Like, I think a lot of us need to really go back and watch The Matrix. I know I'm finna go back and watch The Matrix because these AI developers and tech savvy people are stealing our likeness, our image, our data. When we sign up for these apps, we do not read the terms and conditions. When we sign up for these iPhones, when we sign up to be on Wi-Fi or whatever, we are not reading the full terms and conditions. And just like, when you go to school and when your child goes to school and, they send that pamphlet home, and in the pamphlet it says, we take pictures. We might take pictures of your child, at the playground, in the school, maybe to market or promote the school, and it's called using your like and your image. You know what I'm saying? You have to get permission for that. So I think a lot of us have given permission to these whatever apps or people, developers, to Elon Musk and them to take our like and our image, and next ain't the live stream. That's why I like to go live so y'all can know this is actually me and I'm moving around, because next these videos and these shorts is not gonna be real people. And it's crazy because they look so close to like everything, the actions, how they talking, the black girls in there, they using the slang and, the mannerisms, personality of certain black women. Not saying all black women is like this, but we all know some black women like these characters that they're doing. They even doing full little snippet movies with different characters, where the character's supposed to be aware that they know they AI and all this stuff. But no, it's just that we as the people gonna destroy ourselves, just like Egypt and just like Rome. We gonna destroy ourselves. This technology is not new. Everything that's going on been done. It's been done in Europe. I mean, in Egypt. It wasn't done in Rome. That's why they was roaming around with their goddamn shirts and dresses on, fornicating each other, having sex with dogs, cats, babies, they mama. But in Egypt, where they stealing all this technology from, you know that hidden library, like the show The Librarians I like to watch, where they bring up all of this stuff, but they call it magic. I love watching The Librarians, all different. The movies, they got a new Librarians that just started. If y'all know what I'm talking about, it's a TV series. But anyway, it talks about the hidden library that, the woke black people always talking about. The Library of Alexandria or whatever it is. It talks about all of that. Okay? So I like nerdy square stuff like that because the truth is stranger than fiction. It is. Okay? So that's like, it's not scary to me. I'm just waiting to go back to, if I'm one of the people who survive it, I just want to go back to when there wasn't no goddamn cell phones and stuff. I remember them days. I'm an 80s baby. I remember we didn't have all these cell phones. I remember we had landlines, three-way calls, phones in your house where somebody always on the phone. You can't be secretive with them landlines because somebody always listening. Who was that? The same way they doing now, except it's not your brother, your little sister, your mama, your daddy. It's people on the outside, third parties, people that you don't even know. That's who listening in. That's who doing a three-way call now. That's who in Siri and all that. Oh, what Marie say? Marie said you a broke dude. Marie said she don't like working here. Marie said. So that's how Marie said y'all be on Facebook having Facebook groups about her. Marie said y'all ain't pay her $444. So ain't no more three-way calling. And, they can get over on the next generations of children and people because they didn't grow up with certain stuff, just like our children. My son finna be 21. So he didn't experience, his whole life has always been technology. He always had a cell phone. He always knew about YouTube. He always been, doing something. I, on the other hand, know that I don't need no internet. Because I live without this stuff. The generation before me lived without this stuff. The ones before, but just like in Egypt, they already had that. That's what destroyed them. That's what destroyed them. There's nothing new under the sun. We got too much corn that's available. We got OnlyFans. We got where people making fake people. We got where people are being unalive on live stream because your location on and you don't know that 18 people is hooked to your location. And now just like me on live, all of a sudden I'm talking, somebody done ran through my door because, my location and my cereal. Oh, well, we already know where you at. Okay? Technology gonna turn against us and we gonna be the ones looking like boo the food because that was the whole purpose and plan. And another thing, allegedly, I think Elon Musk is a robot, but that's just me. Anyway, but Thunder says, yes, this AI has the potential to replace a lot of human jobs, and I think this will hurt a lot of people. It's already been replacing us. That's why it's trying to replace us as content creators. Just like, what's his name? The producer of R&B rap, Timberland. He just got caught doing live streams on TikTok, inviting, artists, new artists, developing artists, people that want to get on into the music industry, telling them to come in, showcase their skills, whether it's rapping, singing, making beats. Now, man, I don't know. I think I am losing. I'm going through the Mandela effect because I could have known he already did this, but hey, I could have known that Timberland already created an AI singer or artist that he signed. How do you sign an AR artist? What are you paying them? They're a fake person. That means that everything that they do, their royalties, their music go back to you as the okay. Anyway, so like I was saying, yes, it's already been taking over jobs. Like I said, I didn't know the armed forces, the military has so much advancement in their technology where they can send drones or be, work from home from their house and push a button on somebody. Like, hold on, let me pour these Captain Crunch in this milk. Oh, we at war. Boop, let me go. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me put this on mute. I gotta go over here. Why they in there? Like they going to war from their house. That's why the military people ain't speaking up when this war was going on, because they was like, ain't nobody gonna be in no war field. Ain't nobody gonna be outside. We on the inside. All of this is a technology war. Like we think they shooting missiles and shit. Like this is the tech. We can just blow that stuff up from over here in Oklahoma. I'm over here in Florida on my boat. I'm about to go and blow up these people right now over there in Iran. We don't get out of the vehicle. We don't use tanks and stuff no more. We don't physically got to go nowhere no more. I don't even have to get in the tank. I am controlling the tank from Texas. The hell are you talking about? What the fuck do I need to get? You think I'm finna go over there? The only reason why we go over there when it ain't no war and we over here on the army base and we chilling and watching everybody. Because we the open eyes just in case, one of the drones, the cameras or something go out, we lose signal. We need actual open eyes to look. No, let me stop. But yeah, technology is not the reason why it's not going to go away is because of that. Because it's a good and an evil. It's a gift and a curse for it. Like it can be utilized to help us, and it can also be utilized to harm us. And it's a shame that we starting to see the harmful side of it. Because me being on YouTube is technology, it's AI. You know what I'm saying? How the hell am I talking to Thunder? How am I talking to anybody? How am I on here where the World Wide Web can see me? You know what I'm saying? Where I can make money just on here yapping about nothing. So now these platforms are like, listen, y'all bragging, these content creators, influencers are bragging about all this money they making, and they fighting, and they talking about racism, especially over there on TikTok. They fighting over brand deals. They fighting over this. You know what we can do? We just gonna start inching, breadcrumbing fake people in there. We've been watching a few people that's fake. We didn't even know it. That's why a lot of us can't see them in person. We can't meet them in person. We can't touch them. When they had a concerts, it'd be all the way up somewhere where we can't look at them and touch them. They already doing that. They just want to see our reaction. They already doing experiments on us to see the data, to see if we know that they are fake. Would we have known if they wouldn't have told us? Would we have known if they would have said, hey, this is that? No. We up here, people dating them up, be dating somebody. They gonna start doing that on OnlyFans. It ain't even gonna be no real person. Well, we don't have to pay human beings. We gonna be back to slavery. Back to work. Back to work. Cause see, we've been in our house too long. Back to work. Yeah, just like when you go to McDonald's, the kiosk, it might not look like AI or a robot. Let me serve you, but a kiosk took how many jobs? How many cashier jobs at McDonald's? But when you go to Chick-fil-A, it's 1,000 people up in there saying, hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A. How can I help you? But when you're going to McDonald's, you're like, oh, well, let me go to this. Shit, you feel better going to the kiosk. Let me go to the kiosk, get my food. Like I said, all they need is somebody on the grill, but they making machines to do that for burgers, make burgers the right way, because too many people complaining about their orders. That is costing a loss in the money, in profit, where we have to return orders, throw away fries, people forgetting how as human beings, not knowing that you said you didn't want no mustard on this burger. So we might as well go ahead, program a computer to do all of that, okay? And then if the computer messes up, we just got 1 or 2 people in the McDonald's who's overseeing everything, making sure everything is plugged up, that the robots are working correctly. If it's a flood or a water main break, they can fix it, So, if they need an override or something, they can show up. But yeah, technology been taking over, and history will repeat itself. We gonna be back in the dust. We gonna be back with nothing, because we as human beings don't know how to handle it. We do too much evil with it. We just like they doing to me, stalking me, keeping me from getting money. These government employees, you know what I'm saying? Like people do too much evil with this technology. So God he gonna make it in a minute. We gonna destroy ourselves. It's a man on there trying to marry an AI. Should they seen Elon Musk had an AI robot girlfriend? Like ugh. But anyway. Thunder says it's getting more and more difficult to tell the difference between real life and AI. Yeah, that's the point. Because now I don't have to pay these content creators. They not gonna get no money. I'ma create these fake. If y'all watch it, let's say nothing against E-Kane. I liked E-Kane. I talked about the young lady before. So let's say y'all like watching somebody like E-Kane. Okay? Sitting up here cutting her hair off, going crazy, having problems with her baby daddy. We just gonna steal Ekane likeness, well, I'm not gonna steal, but the programmers, the AI programmers, they're gonna steal her identity, scan her face, facial recognition, scan her body, because that's why they want us taking all these pictures, doing all these videos, bagging up, putting up, so they can scan our full body. And then even her kids, even her man, everything that's going on in there, and it's gonna be a whole damn Sims. It's gonna be a whole Sims on TikTok, and they're gonna slowly ease it in, and we gonna think it's her. We gonna be like, Ekane, she doing it. Oh wait, but then some of us don't even give a damn about reality and fakeness. Some people want to see AI. Some people love AI. They like, yeah, I'd rather see AI than real people. And even with movies, music, think about it. AI never dies. AI never gets old. They don't get old. We can have the same characters. If we got a TV show, they not talking back. They don't want more money. The characters, the actors, they talking about some. I've been on season 6 and we made all this money and now I need $2 million a show. It's all about money. It ain't got nothing to do with us giving a damn about humanity. It's all about not giving us money, us being slaves, and doing whatever the hell they want to do, because it's Black Mirror time. If you ain't watched episodes of Black Mirror, you might want to go watch it, especially the one when what is that dude? The God damn it, but it's the black dude. He played in, not Chad that passed away, but he played in some lot of new movies lately. And the one with him, that's the one that really freaked me out. It's another one that's kind of like Star Trek, where the guy was putting his coworkers into his computer, like what I'm talking about, a simulation. That one really freaked me out. But the one where the black dude, and he was there and he had to watch the TV, whether it had corn on it or whatever, he couldn't change the channel, nothing, unless he paid. He had to go downstairs in his building. All this was in the same building. He went downstairs in the building. The way he made money to survive daily was get on this bike. He was riding this bike or whatever, and watching this show or whatever. Then he was getting all his stuff out the vending machine, apples and all that. He had to use his points for that. But yeah, it's like we allowed technology into our lives, and now we gonna have to pay for it. We wanted all this convenience, now we gotta pay for it. Okay, so the AI potential. Yeah. Thunder says they're building AI factories that are about 68 football fields big. That's ridiculous huge. No, because that's where the stage gonna be. That's where they have to create the green screens and the characters and the game and stuff. All these people into gaming, like, they need these facilities. And who to say that those are the facilities, you know what I'm saying, that is for that? That's just what they telling us. But yeah, we gonna be enslaved in the house. We gonna be sitting here glued to the TV, going to work. Ain't gonna be no jobs. That's why they doing what they doing. That's why they like, yeah, go home, work from home. Thunder says, remember back in the day, if you wanted to see some corn, you had to leave your house and go to the shopping store. Exactly. You had to go to Blockbuster. Then they had a special room in the back, XXX. Wasn't no kids allowed back there. If you did have like Cinemax, HBO, where late at night where they had them channels, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to watch Wiggly. A lot of the stuff was on magazine, and wasn't nobody just like leaving magazines and stuff out there. Like, you had to really, if somebody, mom or daddy, had nasty magazines, they had them hidden somewhere. Kids usually found them, when they was digging or hiding something. It wasn't just out like how the parents and the people is now in front of their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just too much going on. We're normalizing stuff that should not be normalized. Like, we can accept OnlyFans, but we can't accept what P. Diddy over there doing in his freak offs. We can accept that it's child molesters and rapists out here, but we can't accept what P. Diddy doing in his own house with people, adults that wanted to do it. But it's just crazy to me. Thunder says, that's wild. Thunder says, The Matrix and the Terminator. Yep, The Matrix, Terminator, and don't forget the Predator. Don't forget Predator, because remember, Predator had all that technology, right? The Predator had, I liked the they technology better than the Terminator. So I liked them. So my 3 main movies, thank you so much, Thunder, is The Matrix, The Predator, and Terminator. I think all of them got something to do with it. And it's just strange how they make the Predator look like Jamaicans or black people with dreads, and their technology is very, very intense. Like, they was like, you can see people warm and everything, kind of like Alien. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Alien. That's what I like when they call people illegal aliens. Thunder said, just in case if they do a cyber attack and knock out our power, our communications, get in a program to biofin radios, have your loved one keep in their cars and home so you can talk and check in. Hey man, yeah, you told me that once before. Y'all get those radios because he ain't playing. And them seem like the type of radios that be in like 18-wheeler trucks, them trucks that be on the highway. Thunder says, my question is, what will happen to all the folks that are out of work from the robots taking all those jobs? This is some futuristic apocalyptic stuff. Yeah, they gotta go. What's been happening? They gotta die. They thought a lot of people. I don't know if a lot of people forget when what's his name? What is the man that's making Bill Gates? Because I don't understand how Bill Gates is over our healthcare system, Department of Healthcare, and the farming, agriculture, everything. But he was saying that we are overpopulated. He's been saying this for a minute. He's been saying we overpopulated. A lot of people got to die. A lot of people got to go. So they tried to get rid of a lot of people during COVID through C-19, through the pandemic. Only, you know, it was some people that went, but not a lot. So that's why the housing, like I said, here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if you can see, it's a lot of lots that are empty. They're keeping people homeless and outside because they want you either to die from starvation like they trying to do me. Like I said, it's a group of targeted demographic of people that they have already started this with. So that's why, you know, the food share is hard to get food stamps. It's hard to go to any programs to get unemployment. You know, they're not just trying to keep us from having a job to make money. They want us to roll over and die. If you're not, you know, people keep talking about, oh, the elites got these bunkers. They don't need bunkers. They trying to get folks out the way because it's not enough food. It's not enough cows. It's not enough chickens. It's not enough clean water. So they need y'all. They need us out the way. So when they brought them Venezuelans up in here, that just really blew my mind because it's like, wait a minute, we finna really be out of here because y'all just let these people in to get the rest of the resources that we was holding on to. And now we as American citizens got to pay for all the bad decisions that our so-called president and vice president and politicians been having all this time. Because no, even if they take over the jobs, we are not supposed to be here. It's only supposed to be a certain amount of people that they feel are worth being on this earth and having these resources. Like they feel like should have a house, should have a job. They feel like, you know what I'm saying? That's why they in the DEI. They want to make America great again. So they want people to go back to where they were. We need to go back into the farms. We need to go back out there to manual slavery. You know, go out here and pick some cotton. Yeah, it's going to happen. They just want us to die. They're going to come in and we're going to be dead. And then once they come back up, boom, we got the people of society that we want here. They've been trying to cleanse the society. They trying to cleanse Milwaukee County where I'm at. They trying to cleanse everywhere. They about to cleanse out Atlanta, Georgia. Anywhere where it's predominantly black people, especially, we need to get up and get to moving and finding somewhere to be. Because all they got to do is put out some type of chemical warfare out here into the earth where all these homeless people is outside, tell everybody else to stay in. And now we done got rid of about, you know, 1 million folks because they outside already. So it's not really hard to get rid of people. It's really not, to get them up out of here. We don't need y'all already. Like I said, I done heard out of my own mouths from older black men standing around with another black man gets unalived by the police saying, oh, he was useless anyway, a homeless man. So a lot of people in this agreement with this stuff, and we be acting like we not. Like I said, when we're talking about reparations, a lot of, you know, people in a certain class financially already know that the people that have the power to change and help us get reparations, they're not going to help us. And that's the conversation that be going around. Like, we don't need reparations and things of that nature. So it's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. Just a whole lot of stuff. Thunder says, The Matrix, Terminator 2, Demolition Man. That's my movie. That's so futuristic. It's insane. Demolition Man, where all the people were living underground. Now you get what I'm saying? And then we got the Futurama, the cartoon that came out when you just mentioned that about all the people living underground. Because for some reason people are talking about New York and Chicago mainly. Those two cities they already had cities. The new cities were built on top of them. So people like, oh, it's an underground city in New York. It's an underground city in Chicago. Yeah, because Chicago caught on fire before. The whole, and then they built that on top of there. New York, I think they flooded or something, and it was built on top of there. So Futurama also has that. They have where the people is hiding, the folks they ran underground is down there hiding in there in the whatever. But yeah, you so right, man. You is so right. But no, we just gotta stay ready, and the ones that's ready gonna be the ones that endure to the end. Only the strongest endure to the end. And a lot of people think that this is gonna be a game. This not a game. This not a game this time. Like they really want us up out of here. They really want the Americas, the leaders in America, whatever we call these folks, these demons, principles, and principalities, really want folks up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to create fake people. And then the folks that's at home who really don't care about, if it's a real person or not, they going to watch the AI. They going to watch the carbon copies of people. They don't give a damn. We watch cartoons. We watch stuff now. We watch Fresh Prince when they changed Aunt Viv. I didn't really like it after that when they changed it from the dark skin to the light skin lady. I really didn't like the light skin lady like that. I liked it the first Aunt Viv. But, it's always an experiment with us. They always do a little something first, or in another country or somewhere else, somewhere isolated, controlled experiment, and then they bring it out to the public. Then they bring it out to the world. Like, hey, look, we got AI that look like it's real. No, you've been doing it. But like I was saying about Timberland, the producer, he just did that. And now I see, what's her name? Waka Flocka Mama. I see her doing that on TikTok now. But that's the thing. Like, if I, as a producer or whatever, a record label owner, if I sign an AI artist and they music hit or whatever, however, because everything is streaming now, right? Everything is online. People going to concerts. Why would I pay $1,000 to see Beyonce in a concert when I can see her on TV? But, like, yeah, we gonna fall for it. We've been falling for it. We've been falling for it. One of our experiments was BET when they had Sita. What's her name? The one AI lady. They had the black lady Sita. Well, she's not a lady, but the black AI robot who was like the black chick back in the days when we used to really watch, when it was really owned by black people, and BET had Big Ticket in the Basement. Y'all know I'm talking about Rap City and all that. 106 in Park. What's his name? They used to be running around. Hits from the streets. Things like that. Then we had Sita, the virtual reality woman. She used to have the little booty, big booty, walking around with a short cut, but she was an AI robot, and we was all into it then. So if they want to have another 106 in Park where they got a fake Bow Wow and they got a fake Rosie or whatever, while Bow Wow go out and do real tours, it's gonna be like that. It's just gonna be. Thunder says, yes, Black Mirror. I saw that episode. Yeah, Black Mirror is a horror show. Like, I watch real horror movies, but Black Mirror was one of the scariest things I've watched in my life. I don't even want to watch that. Like, I be watching something like, oh my God, it blew my brain to the point I was like, oh Jesus, see, somebody already know what's going on. We is in a simulation, and I don't know what the hell is happening, but how the hell they know this shit? But it's like, where does that come from? Like, it started off, it seemed like Britain, the BBC always doing stuff, and then America, we always copying it. You know what I'm saying? Like that show Shameless, even Black Mirror, that started off over there with British TV. So it's like, if other places, if we're in America and we copying off of folks, we just need to really be into international news, know what's going on outside of us, because this make-believe ass simulation, this make-believe ass world that we live in, it's going to be controlled no matter what. We all, man, listen, let me be quiet. That is what's happening now. It's a Black Mirror episode. This is scary as hell. I'm trying to tell you, this is exactly what's happening. Like, you got to pay to skip commercials and everything. Oh, they only $20 to $40. That's good. That is inexpensive. Please go get them radios. Those radios are only $20 to $40 on Amazon. Please, y'all. I know y'all watching. I know y'all in the background. Go and get that. And the Hunger Games. Hey, let's stop talking about the Hunger Games, man. I used to talk about that all the time. Mockingjay, listen, who gonna be the one in the family to go and fight for us, to fight for our freedom? Because that's what it's getting down to, right? Yes, the Hunger Games. They show us, what they say, what the biblical, the Christians people to say, like, they have to show us what they doing. They have to. The devil has to show us what he doing in plain sight. He got to show us. It's like mocking us. It's like making fun of us. Look, look, look what we gonna do. Thunder said, yep, I forgot about Futurama. What's up, JR the boss? How you doing, JR the boss? How you been? How was your weekend? Thunder says they're using holograms at concerts. Oh my God, I forgot about her. She was a VR character. You feel me? And remember they had Tupac. Kanye West gave Kim Kardashian her dad as a hologram for her birthday one year. And I thought that was weird. That was strange. But I remember Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg was going to do a tour. And I can't remember which one didn't want to do it. I think it was Snoop Dogg. Or no, I think it might have been Dr. Dre. But anyway, they wanted to do a tour again with Snoop Dogg with Tupac's hologram. And they was like, no, I'm not doing that. Hell no. Because how will we know if it's really a hologram? Is y'all gonna walk through it? You know, if you're gonna hit somebody. And you know, when I think about that, you know, when you bring about the holograms, Thunder, it always remind me of that lady. Because I never laughed. I was just intrigued back in the day. Well, it wasn't back in the day, but a couple of years ago, it was that last year when a white lady was on the airplane, and she pointed to the back and said that I'm not flying because that motherfucker not real. And to me, everybody kept talking about somebody sitting down or something, but I think she was talking about the pilot. Because she kept saying, if y'all want to go down with this plane, I'm not going down with this plane. But that like back there ain't real. Right? And now everybody is out here like, you know, reevaluating that video, reevaluate what she said. Because we want to believe that, you know, the truth is not stranger than fiction. That we have been among holograms. That people been sitting here talking. If you don't touch somebody, you know, you don't know. And like the Bible says, you don't know who you entertaining because you could be entertaining an angel. You don't know who nobody is for real. That's why discernment is very important before you get to allowing people in your house. That movie that just came out, the Sinners movie, was way deeper than vampires and all of that stuff. Like, please have discernment and stop giving people access to your life. Stop letting them in your home. Stop letting them in your phone. Stop letting them in your job. When you go to work, stop telling people all your business, because that has been my goddamn problem. You know, you be want to have so much interaction, human interaction, that sometimes we literally have to keep stuff to our goddamn self because we really don't know who we entertaining. Like, we don't. And a lot of times, a lot of this stuff, you know, people are doing so much stuff from online, Zoom meetings, team meetings. You don't know if that's an AI robot. You don't know who you talking to if you ain't never met your manager or somebody in person. You don't know what's going on. Somebody could have created, you know, a programmer could have created, your image of your manager or whoever, and was like, yeah, this them right here, you know, and you just only doing everything virtual. That's why I don't like all this virtual stuff. I need to go see people in person. I need documents in my hand. We have allowed the devil in through these devices, and then we can't complain when it takes over our world and our life and it destroys us. Because that's why, you know, most of this cheating didn't happen before, you know, but now it's too many options. Men don't feel satisfied. A lot of women don't feel satisfied because too many options. Every time they turn around, they on Instagram, they on OnlyFans, they on Facebook, somebody popping their booty out. They got breasts out. It's like, oh no, wait, my girl don't got that. My dude don't do that. And it's like too much temptation, too much lust out here. And we are falling prey to this technology. They want us in the house. They want us glued to the phones and to the TVs, to the point we making regular folks that we wouldn't even talk to famous. We making them influencers and content creators. We getting them money for stuff that we wouldn't even, we be like, what the hell? And on a regular, in reality, in real life, if we seen that happening in front of us, like, we wouldn't be sitting there entertained. We'd be like, oh, hell no, somebody call the police, somebody get them out of here. You know, to the point people are literally committing crimes, going live, like, I'm finna go kick their door in and bust them upside the head. I'm like, are we crazy? But this is all designed. This is to put us in a simulation, and we are willing participants, just like most of them people at the P. Diddy parties. We are willing participants in our own demise. So we can't blame the devil. We messing with his devices, and we like it. We like that we can call somebody and FaceTime somebody all the way from California. We live in New York. We like that we can pay prostitutes and be a trick for, you know, the Philippines and DR. Like, oh, I don't gotta mess with you American women. I could just go out the country now. That's why God separated all of this. He separated us, and the devil created devices, the internet and the dark web, the web, to reconnect us. And now we have more chaos and confusion than we did when we didn't have no goddamn internet, when we had landlines and pagers, and you barely talked to people, and you seen your family at Thanksgiving once a year. Now you like, oh my God, my family all in my business. They all on Facebook. Every time I post something, they know what's going on. You can't even keep secrets no more. People hacking into your phone, listening through Siri. You don't even know if this man or woman like you. You don't even know where they came from. They might have been watching you on social media just to target you. Oh, I see this person got 2-3 jobs. They live in this house. They make this much money. Or they don't got no kids. Now all of a sudden this person popping up where you at. You think this your soulmate. No, they didn't stalk you and harass you, then pretended to be your soulmate. You know what I'm saying? So it is very dangerous out here. Like I said, it has been a gift, but technology is turning into a curse, especially on my end. Because like I said, people been listening into my phone conversations. We got to always know, it don't matter if you're on the phone, if you're on these cell phone devices, if you in front of your TV, like Pastor Stephen Darby said, even if you're in front of your TV, don't be doing stuff in front of these so-called smart TVs. And you don't want nobody to know what you're doing. Don't be sitting up here smoking weed, smoking crack, fornicating, you know what I'm saying, beating on your kids, yelling, screaming, because somebody is listening. People always listen to me. That's why they always talk about, who you yelling at now, Marie? Who you yelling? Probably you and your mama if you keep talking to me. Okay? So, Siri, where is that lawsuit? Because I need to get in on it. Because people been listening into my conversation. They've been hacked into my iCloud. These smartphones is the dumbest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never had these many problems until technology came around. We got so many cameras everywhere. We got so much technology. People got GPS on everything. Putting tracking devices, putting what's them little air tags in your car, on your dogs, inside your booty. But we can't find people. It's so many. It's more missing people than anything. Where's Alexis? Where? We have more missing people. We can't solve no crimes. People getting unalive. Body cams can't even be seen. They getting twerked. Like, what is this? Technology is hurting us. Then when we go outside, we don't even know how to be social. We don't even know how to talk to people. Everybody yelling at everybody. Everybody trying to get their point. They debating each other. Like, I just came here to get some ice cream. Why am I in a debate with you? Like, can I get my chocolate, my butter pecan, and get the hell out of here? You can't, like, it's just crazy. And then it's like, most of us in this certain demographic going through the same thing. So we all out here angry, without no money, sitting here, they ready for us to pop and buzz. So they send folks to trigger us and all type of stuff. So yeah, the whole point is to get a lot of us out of here. And the majority of us is the black people. And to be honest, a lot of other black people trying to get us up out of here because they feel like we useless. They feel like our children is useless. So it's just not about the government. It's just not about technology. It's a lot of demons and devils work in human disguise working against each other. But love conquers all. But that's me. But I've been on here too long tonight. But me looking at my damn unemployment payment and seeing that it's still pending and knowing that I did everything I was supposed to do, did my mandatory task, completed my job center of Wisconsin resume, revised that, got proof of that, did one reemployment session, scheduled my second subsequent session, went on that session only for, my phone to be doing all this type of technical difficulties. Oh, we need to log into your local devices. We need to have your Bluetooth on. We need to make phone calls. Now, my 2 payments is pending. I don't have time for that. Give me my unemployment and stop playing. But like I said, since all this cyber attack, cyberbullying is happening, causing my blood pressure to rise, causing me to have anxiety, causing me to have to go to the emergency room, then it's just time to go ahead and go do a hearing, go ahead and do an appeal, go ahead and contact somebody that's a director over this so that I can get my money, okay? So this might be the way that I'm finna get my wealth, my riches, okay, through suing y'all for all this distress and cyber attacks and cyberbullying, retaliation that you have caused upon me. And my blood pressure should not be almost 190 over 90. It should not be. I shouldn't have all these stresses just from trying to do what I did. Good night, Thunder. Have a blessed night, a soulful Sunday, and a motivational Monday. But I shouldn't have to keep going through this, but I do. And it's causing my blood pressure to go high. and that could cause me to have a stroke, and that could cause death upon me. Okay, so that is being caused by the constant having to keep going to reemployment sessions, contacting unemployment, contacting food share, just contacting people so that I can pay my bills and do what I need to do. And if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on my end, there's no reason for my unemployment payments to be pending. Okay, there was no reason for my Teams, Microsoft Teams, to be hacked. But like I said, back, when Bank of America and Wells Fargo, when the supervisors and the managers was actually making it mandatory for the employees, the bankers, the tellers, to create fraudulent and copy other, bank accounts, to duplicate bank accounts. They told them to do that, just like with T-Mobile. They told them to add device. Man, listen. So I don't know if it's the supervisors. I don't know if it's the directors that is allowing these employees or third parties or former employees to retaliate against me and cause my blood pressure to be high and anxiety. But I do know this might be the way that God is finna bless me. Because like I said, every time y'all folks do something, you see it's thunder and lightning outside. Thunder and lightning. Every time these so-called employees, former employees, or whoever's trying to retaliate against me with all this fraudulent information, hold up my money, have me out here homeless, in poverty, hungry. You know what I'm saying? God blesses me. So whatever this is, like I said, I'm praying that it's finna give me millions of dollars from suing y'all for distress, emotional distress, that is literally causing me high blood pressure, that can literally cause me a stroke, because I have to constantly keep going and doubling back and doing something that I shouldn't have to do. Like I said, if once I go to my Department of Health and Human Services, I have received over 20 mail. Like every day they was sending me a letter. Every day somebody was going in there changing my account. Every day, just like now. Soon as I put in, I didn't file my claim. Not even 5 seconds later, it's pending, but it's taking 21 days for adjudicator to look at my case, to look at my claim, to say, yes, she completed her task. She went to her reemployment sessions. She also did work search on top of that through Indeed, which she didn't have to do because she had 6 mandatory tasks that was assigned to her. So like I said, I just say all that to say, man, I claim and receive the financial blessings that you guys are working with the Lord to get me through this cyberbullying, cyber attacking, retaliation, because I asked for my $444 from Jackson and Hewitt for my free tax prep for being an employee. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that. People can do, these folks can do whatever they want to do to me, but when I speak on it, when I say something about it, now, it's a problem. No, retaliation is wrong and it's illegal and it gets the law. And cyberbullying and attacking a person to the point they have high blood pressure and anxiety, that they might have a stroke, that they're on stroke level, is against federal law. So let me start going ahead and filing my complaints, see if I can call the Public Service Commission or get in contact with them, whoever I'm supposed to contact that is over the workforce development for unemployment and their tactics and their unethical activities. That's what I'll be doing. So like I said, every time y'all, these folks come for me, they intercept my payments, they delay something, God shows up and shows out. That's why I can't wait to put my hard plates that are not expired and suspended on my new vehicle, claimed and received in the name of Jesus. Woo! If I'm not supposed to work at this tax place, man, I can't wait to my new career, because like I said, I love working at Dart Chart. I love working for Energy Assistance UMOs. And if I can get a job and mix them together, we just get in the office and just do me, man, and just be in these corporate settings, you know what I'm saying? Out of the Walmart where I'm cold, I'm freezing, people harassing me, trying to hack into my phone through the Wi-Fi, asking me about cash apps, lying and say I'm trying to steal, just randomly coming up, watching me, don't have a bag, don't have a shopping cart, but just coming by, looking at me, just in the comfort. Like I said, man, I miss working at them type of place. Man, dang it, man. But one of the reasons why I don't work at Dart Chart, like I said, when my son was going through, what he was going through Milwaukee Public Schools, having, some issues, they would contact me. They would call me at my job Like, call me at my job every 5 minutes. Like, this is the school calling. Every time I had a job, the school was calling my job. I never got a phone call on my actual cell phone from Milwaukee Public Schools. They would call my job. They was in, like, Milwaukee Public Schools was one of the reasons why my son don't have a high school diploma. The employees, not the actual establishment, the facility. They just ran Mr. Posey out of there, the superintendent. It's just it's crazy to me that some of these people allowed to keep doing this type of stuff. Made sure that my son did not graduate, held him down, lied about, his attendance, where he was at, teachers, grown ass people lying on him, input and putting false narratives into my son's brain and other students about their parents, telling my son, the English teacher, Miss Galinsky, telling my son, oh yeah, Emmett Till's mother is the reason why he got unalived. Not that the white woman lied on him, but his mother. So now my son don't want to listen to nothing I'm saying, running around, want to listen to a white teacher, white woman who's trying to serve him and other students brownies, not knowing what's in these brownies. Might be weed, semen, like it was, a couple of years ago when that teacher was putting her husband's semen in them brownies, feeding it to them students. But anyway, but when I speak about it, when I go hard, when I try to protect my son against these type of things, here come the retaliation. So like I said, y'all, it didn't got me a car. It didn't got my good plates. My son is doing well. Thank y'all. Like I said, y'all was helping me because it takes a village. Oh, we gonna put him on probation. We gonna throw an ankle monitor on him. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. And thank y'all for holding up my money, because now it's gonna last longer, because now I'm finna double up or triple up whenever I get paid. You know what I'm saying? And the people, that I had that was helping me, the one friend that was helping me, they have ran him off. All these fake ass folks that act like they like me and love me and chasing me around and they want me to come to their bar, they done ran him off, trying to blackmail him and manipulate him, pretending to be me. But he lasted. I exhausted those resources because, like I said, trying to help my son, help myself, and having somebody who was willing to help me, without having sex with him, without, kissing his ass and talking about, oh, I appreciate you and all this stuff, when they sitting around, fornicating with my cousin, sister, people around the corner. But, getting people run off. So, like I said, God has a blessing for me. So, I don't know what God, because God be, man, he be surprising me. So, whatever it is that's finna come, now I'm, like I said, contact my landlord, let him know what's going on. And then, go down here to child support court, contact the unemployment people. Like I said, I got to keep going 2 steps backwards over things I've already handled to go forward, which is causing me to have anxiety and high blood pressure, which is because of, unemployment employees, Department of Health and Human Services employees. They are causing me to have high blood pressure and anxiety. Hoping that I don't have a stroke. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what they praying on, for me to have a stroke, like I said before. But anyway, I've been on here too long, y'all. Yippity yapping. Thank you so much, Thunder, for coming through. Thank you for your dialogue. Thank you for conversing with me back and forth. You're too petite to have high blood pressure like that. Listen. My blood pressure, I will show y'all right now. Like, my blood pressure be, like, one time it was at 200 and something. My, my foot, my left foot, it went numb, everything. My mama, that's when I was standing on 15, because like I said, I was going through the same thing, like the same things. I'm study having to call. I'm study having to go to court. I'm study having to do all of this, and it's taking a toll on you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It takes tolls on people to constantly have to go through all these trials and tribulations, all this retaliation, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, and they come in there, the ambulance, the fire department come, they was like, oh my God, your blood pressure is like 200 over something. And I'm still like, I'm not going to no hospital, because at that time, like I told y'all, I was already, feeling like these folks, especially at these hospitals, were trying to unalive me, okay? So it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. But I'm alive and I survived, y'all. So let's pray that, I don't have to keep calling the unemployment office. I don't have to keep calling the food share. They're not cutting my food share down to $23. Go up here to the child support for paternity. Get this information that's already been implemented in the system. So y'all just, just pray for me. I'm talking about P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y, because y'all see me every day. 1 minute my eyes is this little, this short. Because like I said, this is really starting to stress me out, and I need to talk to an attorney. I need to get a lawyer because before anything happens to me, I need my son to get that money, the settlement from all this stress and trauma, retaliation from not only Jackson and Hewitt, what I'm saying? I want my $444. But just, what I'm saying, like employees working for unemployment, employees working for, health and human services, because who else could be doing this? You know what I'm saying? So if I have to keep waiting to try to pay my rent because of what's going on at unemployment, if I have to keep waiting to try to, that's going to cause anxiety. So like I said, let me get on over here to the hospital. I probably won't go to this hospital by me because, man, listen. Y'all be careful when y'all go in these hospitals, and please make sure that y'all let somebody know where y'all at. And when y'all going places, please have somebody in y'all life, because, man, listen, woo, when these folks try to find out that you might not have no emergency contact and nobody, ooh, God help us all. Help us all. Please protect the people that's not like me, that's not strong enough, that don't have a YouTube channel, don't have a Facebook, can't come out here and expose these demons in their regular life. Nobody give a damn about P. Diddy. Nobody give a damn about what Cat Williams said. We are living in real time warfare with our own politicians, own government officials, own programs against their own residents, where we can't pay rent, we can't eat, they're messing around with us, then try to make you look crazy, make it like you're on some type of drugs when you speak out about this. So I'm just praying for everybody, man. Y'all alive, y'all survived, you made it. Do not give up, okay? Don't give up. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna make it through the night, no matter how much stress that is inflicted on me, no matter how many times I gotta call this unemployment office, no matter how many times I gotta talk to somebody, do an appeal, do a fact finding. But the final resolution gonna be for me to sue the state of Wisconsin for allowing all this stuff to happen, for watching me, entrapment, in my Siri, third party, hacking into my iCloud, getting threats of, being blackmailed for $900. It's just crazy. Being sent phishing emails, fraudulent emails, where I'm giving out my authorization of my personal information, and the cyberbullying, the retaliation, and everything that's illegal. So listen, y'all, I'm alive. I survived. Thank y'all if you stayed to the end of this live stream. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my mods. Thank you again, Thunder, for coming through. Thank you for keeping up the dialogue. But y'all know if I'm here by myself, nobody in the chat, I'm still going to be yapping. Because like I said, I'm trying to get back in the algorithm, get this little money up, okay? So I'm going to be doing some more shorts. I see my shorts is getting better views. It's getting my monetization up. So I see that, like I said, my audience that was sitting here wanting me to look crazy and homeless, y'all didn't disappeared. I was getting thousands of y'all from Milwaukee County all over. Y'all was sharing that link from my Facebook account, just trying to laugh at me and mock me. But, now my views down to 50, 100, regular, smuggler. But, yeah, y'all pray for me, because these folks that's behind these programs, especially the Department of Health and Human Services working for the state of Wisconsin, is trying to mentally and spiritually unalive me. I didn't do it to myself. I'm not going to commit suicide. I didn't get locked up. I survived the winter of being illegally evicted. My YouTube channel has survived. People are believing my side. So, just please, if y'all don't see me on here, if y'all ain't seeing me on here, just tap in, email me like y'all usually do. Whether it's saying F me or whatever, these sexual ass emails that keep coming through my Google. Michael Pan, he sends me a lot of emails and pertains to reparations and stuff like that. But y'all reach out, reach out and see what's going on. Because like I said, these employees and former employees, people from my job, maybe Jan Howard and them, trying to do retaliation on me to the point that, I'm gonna have to react, and I'm finna get to suing people. And if I can't find an attorney because they connected to all of this stuff, best believe something gonna happen. Best believe it. Okay, so yeah, keep going. But yeah, my blood pressure shouldn't be this high, but it is. It is because of the activities that I have to keep doing, the mandatory tasks that I was given, not being, not my funds not being released. I'm sitting here like, dang, how I'm finna pay my rent? Why was my Section 8 payments closed and my recertification go through? Just all type of things that I shouldn't have to think about, that I have already settled. and it's already handled on my end, but I had to keep going back and forth. And you know what I'm saying? Like I did last year. Ever since 2019, really, my life has been a living hell. Okay? But like I said, at the end of the day, it's actually been on the other side of heaven because God shows up and shows out. I got my car. You know what I'm saying? And this time around, I got my plates. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my house. Ain't no eviction came. Like I said, I like to overthink. I be worried about stuff before it happens. I be worried. Like, oh my God, I'm about to get a 5-day notice. Oh my God, my landlord. Oh my God, I'm not finna get put out my house again. I'm not finna be homeless again. Hell no. I'm not finna go out here and suck and fuck to get some money. I'm not finna be out here selling crack and weed or whatever to get some money. Like, I did what I supposed to do. I've been working since I was 14. I just worked a job. I came in through rain, sleet, and snow, through the cold. Give me my unemployment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you took taxes out of my check for this specifically. Give me my money. So it's just real, you know, crazy to me. But anyway, but like I said, my money coming, y'all. It's coming. I'm trying not to stress myself out about it. Like I said, God got me. My landlord ain't saying nothing. I start thinking of something. He be like, hey, Marie, no, you gonna have to get up out of here. I got body wash. I got food, you know, water. I'm walking and talking right now. So I'm trying not to stress myself out to the point where I'm like, you know, I'm really gonna have to go through with this lawsuit, and that's gonna be even more stressful because finding an attorney, finding somebody to represent me, getting all this evidence together, proving my case, you know, and then waiting on the money to come because I'm gonna win. I always win. So God is good. So yeah, maybe I put that out in the air. I need an attorney for employment. I don't know if I can do the EEOC. What is it? The Equal Employment Opportunity, whatever. But I'll figure it out like I always do. I'll figure out who is the contact I need to go through. And like I said again, God is good. So, woo! That little money that they owe me for unemployment might turn into millions, y'all. Like I said, God, like, you worried about them couple of $100. I'm about to get. Will you sue these people? When you go down here and do this, man, listen, it's finna be a battle because you know they're gonna try to come for you. They're gonna try to come and pull stuff out there as they already in your phone. They already in your Google account because your Google, your Gmail is attached to everything, your applications from Section 8 to the Housing Authority to, you know, whatever, you know, to the food stamps to, you know, unemployment. So everything is already connected. But I just got on here to say, y'all, I'm alive. I survived. Y'all hit that like button. You hit that share button. Don't forget to be a subscriber. Man, I'm almost at 4,000. I'm getting to that 14,000 like I wanted. Man, I can't believe I'm this far. I can't even believe I'm this far. I do have a membership, y'all. Like I said, it's going to be coming soon. That's probably going to be more winter when I know y'all really going to be paying attention with people in the house. You know, at the summertime, I don't expect my views to be so much. You know, I hope everybody's out there and enjoying the sunshine, enjoying their life, and just doing them and just being blessed and highly favored like I am. And I just thank the Most High God for his mercy and his grace. I thank him for showing up and showing out when it's time. You know, God might not come when I want him to. Like, I need my money now, but he gonna come when I need him to. He gonna come when he supposed to. Like I said, let that money double up. Let it double up. And if I gotta go through this lawsuit, man, listen. Woo! People thought they was getting sued for $60 million. Listen. Woo! Wee! Okay, man, listen. I'm just like, the truth is stranger than fiction, y'all. I just be so geeked up because I'm like, man, if he could do that, man, God has no limits. I can't even put limits on God. I can't even put no limits on what he can do for me. I'm not going to put no limits on it. I'm just going to do like I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, handle my business, and everything else will come in. And y'all have a blessed day. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share the live videos. Go over there. Check out my shorts. Check out my community tab, my posts. You know, become a member. Do what you need to do. Answer the poll down there. I see 10 of y'all answer my poll. Interact with the live streams when I come on. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to my haters, especially, man. I appreciate my supporters, but y'all don't understand what haters do for your life. Haters spread your name around. They get you attention. They can get you subscribers. They can get you monetized on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, because people hate you so much they can't keep their name out your mouth. So other people have to go see who they talking about. They got to come to your YouTube channel. They got to come to your Facebook. They got to watch you. They got to be like, oh my God, let me see what's going on with this person. So any publicity is good publicity, and the best marketing is word of mouth. Okay, so spread the word, share the link, hit that like button. Come on back over here. I'm gonna update y'all this week about the child support, the paternity test. You know what went down with unemployment. You know what's going on with everything else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep y'all updated as usual, because I talk about my personal business, but I guess I'm supposed to be on here gossiping and talking about everybody else's business but my own. But yeah, y'all come on back. Season 3 is almost to the end. We got renewed for season 4, so come on back and look. Man, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Woo, thank y'all. I appreciate you haters, man. Like I said, I don't know what else y'all got for me, but you keep going. Come on, man, because I need a new car. I need God to bless me. The more that y'all hate on me, the more that God sees my heart and he blesses me, y'all. Blesses me. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Do not forsake God. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. God is over everything, man. And read Psalms 91, which was taught to me. Thank you to my people down south in Arkansas. Read that Psalms 91, y'all. Get it playing in the background. I have it on YouTube. I play it. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch myself on YouTube, but I'll do that for the next live stream and see what's going on. But thank y'all so much, man. Like I said, I didn't expect for this live stream to be so long. I was just doing a rant, getting stuff off my chest, because I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. But then I always remember, like, Marie, every time these people try to held you up, every time these folks do something, God comes and shows out. Woo! God is over everything. So y'all come on. Come on. God is good. All right. So let me finish eating. I've been eating too much. That's why I was taking a nap. But yeah, y'all have a blessed day and a blessed week. You feel me? Peace.